Hey guys, Prop Aviator here. It's been a while since I did an update. Didn't want to leave you hanging, so I'll make a quick video and talk about the H2, some changes around the shop, and what's coming up next. So give me just a minute, I'll flip the video around. So the first thing you'll notice is that the thing that's on my lift right now is not the H2. This is a 1987 Honda Shadow 1100, VT 1100. That belongs to a gentleman down in Columbia, South Carolina, who found me through a friend of a friend. To make a long story short, he's had this bike since the mid-90s. His dad bought it for him, but it hasn't run in a little bit. He's a Navy guy. The bike has followed him all over, California, Kansas, Missouri. It was last in Puerto Rico, but it's been a while since it ran. He doesn't have a lot of time or the tools or the skills to build the bike to be what he wants it to be. So I decided to take on the project for him. Let me see, the motor is sitting out over there. It did actually run. I got it running rather, and it seemed to run okay. So we're not going to tear the motor down. We're just going to make some kind of aesthetic mods. He's got an idea for where he wants this bike to go, and I'm going to help him do that. So before I was able to get this on the lift, all the H2 stuff had to come off, and the H2 stuff got stacked on that shelf over there, which you'll notice is now empty. The reason for that is I did actually sell the H2. Once it was on the shelf, I started thinking a bit, wondering, what kind of bike it was going to be. Did I really want it? It was kind of one of those things that I just bought because it was the right place, right time. And don't get me wrong, it's a very, very cool bike. But when I get on the bike, I want to go all day. I want to ride 300 or 400 miles. I don't want to have to stop for gas every 60, 65 miles, which is realistically what you would be stopping with that H2. And I'm just not really a two-stroke guy. The intention was always to build that bike to sell. Maybe enjoy it a little bit and then sell it because values on them were pretty high. In the end, I was sitting here one night working on the Shadow, and just kind of started thinking about what direction that was going in. And I decided, well, I'll just put it up for sale and see if anybody wants it. And I put a fairly exorbitant price on it, I thought, and within a couple hours it was sold for about 500 bucks less than what I was asking. So, that's nice. Kind of sad that I didn't get to finish the project, but I made out very, very well on the deal. And as you'll see in a minute, I took that money and bought something that I've really wanted for a long time, which is out in the driveway right now. So let's go take a look. So it's a beautiful spring day up here in the mountains, mid-60s or so. It's about to be riding season again. Really, really nice day. But what can replace a 1972 H2 750? What's cooler than that? Well, how about a 1982 Honda CBX? I've wanted one of these bikes for a very long time. Unfortunately, with the values that they were bringing, I really didn't think I'd ever be able to afford one, at least running anyway. I joined a couple CBX groups a while back and kind of been lurking, looking out for a good deal. And we had that kind of perfect storm happen. Sold the H2, had the money, didn't really have any other huge pressing matters. So I started looking for an H2. I started looking for a CBX. This bike I bought from the original owner. It's been parked for about 15 years, so it doesn't run. I'm going to try and get it cranked up later on today. Yeah, it was stored dry. Oil in the cylinders and spun it over a few times, he said, to try and keep it from rusting. But it's all complete. He bought this bike in '85 as a brand new 1982. Honda apparently found a store of CBXs in one of their warehouses due to an inventory error, and offered them for sale as brand new bikes in 1985. But yeah, I saw one of these a couple of years ago, heard it actually before I saw it, and had to find out what it was, and I've wanted one ever since, and now I finally have one. So the neat thing, kind of the distinguishing feature about this is, let's count these pipes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 6-cylinder, 1047cc inline air-cooled motorcycle. and the sound these things make is just phenomenal. I mean, it sounds like a Formula One car. It's amazing. I did take, I do have this side panel. I just took that off to get to the battery. But yeah, the bike is complete. Needs a bit of love. We've got just a real quick once over. We've got leaky fork seals. The rear shock is questionable. Some cosmetic issues. This bike was stored in Beaufort, South Carolina, which is out near the beach. So you can see it's got a little bit of rust, but nothing structural. That's all cosmetic stuff. The guy that had it before me, he was like I said, he bought it in '85, and then in the early 2000s, he got a job as a regional airline pilot, which had him away from home a lot, and he just really did not have that much time to mess with the bike. He was a big fan of stickers. There are stickers everywhere on this thing. Not really my thing, so a lot of those will come off. I've already broken something. When I was strapping it down, I cracked the damn right-hand control, but it's okay because it wasn't in great shape anyway. I'll find a replacement for that. So yeah, cosmetic corrosion. Have to pull the motor and clean it up. Of course, new cables, rebuild the forks, tires, chain, all that good stuff we'll get going through, all the wear items. Probably not going to open the motor up if I can help it. You know, just from a cost and speed of the project standpoint. If it runs and if it doesn't have any weird knocking, you know, terrible noises, then I'll just leave it together and clean it up. The bike does have, let's see, it's got 32,729 miles, and I've apparently pushed it for 0.15 miles. Got some cool pictures of this in Charlotte the other day. Another neat thing is it's got this, it's got a clock and a temperature gauge, which was, apparently those were aftermarket things, so that's kind of neat. Air suspension up front. It does have the Honda ProLink rear, which is kind of an early single shock rear end. But yeah, to me, this has always kind of been my dream bike. This is the bike that I always wanted, and it's very, very cool to have one. I do have a few spare parts for it. This tank, he said the tank has a little hole there, but he gave me a almost brand new replacement tank. Got a few other things to go on it. Doesn't look like the bike has ever been down. You know, crash bars aren't scratched up, no chipped fins on the motor. Body works in overall pretty good condition. So hopefully this thing will more or less start right up, and we can tear into this when I get the shadow done. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope y'all aren't too upset about me unloading the H2. But like I said, when an opportunity arises to make about a 700% profit on something, it's kind of hard to look a gift horse in the mouth. Alright, so I'll actually make some videos of this as the project goes on, and hopefully keep y'all clued in. Anyway, thanks for watching.